Lara and the Mountain Lion. Listen.
Lara is my mother's best friend. She's a vet. That's a doctor who looks after sick animals. I want to be a vet too. One day, I asked her, "Why did you decide to be a vet, Lara?"
"It's a strange story,"
she answered.
"When I was your age, I had no brothers or sisters to play with. So, in the winter holidays, I stayed with my 3 cousins who lived high up in the mountains. They were tall and strong and could ski very fast. They were very good at climbing, too. But I couldn't ski or climb. My legs weren't strong enough. I was often ill, too, so I had to carry different medicines with me all the time. One day, my cousins wanted to climb the mountain that was behind their house. They said,
"You must come with us, Lara."
They were unkind. They knew I wasn't well enough or brave enough. I walked a little way, but I was soon tired, so I had to stop and sit down. My cousins laughed at my red face.
"See you later, then,"
they called and went on up the mountain without me. I started to feel better after a few minutes, but then I heard an animal behind me. I felt a big, warm, furry, soft face on my shoulder. It was a mountain lion.
"Wow!" I said.
I was very afraid.
Lara said,
But I couldn't run away because my legs still felt weak. So I just sat there. The lion opened its mouth.
"Oh no," I said.
And said,
"Oh, I've got a terrible toothache."
Well, I knew all about toothache because I often had that. So I gave it some medicine that was in my jacket pocket.
Lara said. I laughed and said, "I don't believe you, Lara."
Why not?
She asked.
Strange things happen in the world all the time. The lion and I sat and talked about cakes and snakes and other things. And after a few minutes, it said,
"My tooth's feeling much better now, but I've got a very bad stomachache. I ate too much food after I woke up this morning."
I often had stomachache, so I had a bottle of stomachache medicine in my rucksack. I put some on a little plastic spoon and gave it to the lion, and then we sat and talked about parks and sharks and other things. After a few minutes, the lion said,
"My stomach's feeling much better now, but I've got a horrible headache. I lay in the sun for hours yesterday."
I knew about headaches, so I took a clean handkerchief from my jacket pocket and put it in the snow before I put it on the lion's furry head.
"That's very cold, but it feels good,"
the lion said. Then we sat and talked about tails and whales and other things. But suddenly, the lion jumped up and said,
"I'm feeling great now. What shall we do next?"
I pointed at the mountain. My cousins were already high up above us. "Can you take me up to the top?" I asked.
"Sure,"
It said.
"You can ride on my back, no problem."
So I jumped on its back and put both arms round its neck. The lion ran faster than the wind. It's really wonderful to ride on a lion's back. Have you ever done that?
Lara asked me. No, I said, and laughed.
Well, you must try it one day. But we have to finish the story. When the mountain lion and I arrived at the top, I got off its back. And it disappeared into a dark cave. Soon after that, my cousins arrived. They were very surprised when they saw me.
What happened next? I asked.
Well,
said Lara.
They never laughed at me again. And every year I went back to the place where I met the lion, and it came to talk to me again. Sometimes I took it more medicine, and I often rode on its back in the snow. We became great friends, and I knew that I wanted to be a vet one day. So that's the answer to your question.
Lara waited for a minute, and then laughed.
I'm sorry,
she said.
It's just a story.
But then she turned round and looked at a photo on her desk. It was of a little girl and a mountain lion. They were sitting on a rock in the snow, and the lion had its big, soft, furry face on her shoulder. Lara turned back and smiled at me.
Now I must work,
she said.
Would you like some more orange juice before you go?